Hey everybody, welcome to another episode. As you can see, the last save that we had for the last episode was when we were by the beginning of the horticultural area for the lab. But, so, as you've been seeing with the playthrough, I have had encountered some glitches just with enemies and things like that. Like their arms are glitching or things spinning on the floor after I've stunned them. Nothing major, but when I was in the process of recording, the doctor and I, when we were talking, and she was basically telling me about, you know, now that you've got the SOS come through this food processor, and when I get to this door, it says that there's an issue with like the airlock, it's jamming it closed. Well, the game when I was doing that was like, hey, I'm gonna crash. I'm just gonna crash. And so it crashed. And I essentially had to go from my last autosave. And the last autosave I had was right before we walk through these doors after it unlocks. So, yeah, not a good start. But what I ended up doing just to kind of make sure that nothing else would happen is that I recorded 20 minutes of about this. So that's basically me in this fight and then what happens afterwards. And then the next recording that I did was of me basically in making my way to the mining deck. So yeah, and that's just to make sure that nothing's like essentially going to. That's just to make sure that if it was to break down again and it would lose the beginning part of this, that I would not have as many issues. So, just like you said, I'm going to let the rest of this play out, and I'll see you when we get to mining deck.
Toxic hazard detected.
No, it's expelling all its gas reserves. It must be close. Isaac, finish it off. close. Isaac, finish it off.
Toxic hazard cleared.
And lo, you crushed the heads of Leviathan. He will be meat for those in the wilderness. Thank you, Isaac. Come back inside. We should talk.
Exiting zero gravity.
The air quality's improving. There's still pockets of gas trapped here and there.
Here and there, I can handle.
Listen, Jacob... My Jacob. Last I heard, he was on the mining deck with some other survivors. He said they were building an SOS beacon.
Did they finish it?
He said it was nearly done, but I haven't heard from him in... a while. I can't leave yet. I need to make sure the air is safe to breathe. But if you can find that SOS beacon, call for rescue.
I will. Mining deck. Okay, got it. And if I meet Jacob?
Tell him I'll find him. He's all I want to see.
An SOS beacon. Someone jettisoned all the others. Isaac, there's a shortcut to the mining deck. You're across his workstation. I'll get it open. Goddamn. We might actually get out of this nightmare.
Now accessible. Thank you for your patience.
The mining deck systems are running haywire.
Level 3
Great.
security
Let me work on the
clearance
elevators.
required.
Any idea where Temple's SOS beacon might be?
I'll check the mining control room. The launch tube's there. I can send out a beacon easy.
Anyone there?
Hammond? Where are you?
In the vents, hoping they don't hear me.
Yeah, those things are everywhere.
No, the unitologists. They're all here on the crew deck. They've lost it. One of them stabbed her friend in the head. He just stood there. He fucking smiled. They're going somewhere.
Hammond! Shit. Lost his signal again. We gotta find that beacon, Isaac. Fast.
Whoa, there's something near you. A sealed room. Some kind of home-brewed security lockdown.
The miners locked up some nice gear. Too bad. I could have put it to work.
You still could, if we find the right rig codes.
The captain's rig won't get me in?
No, that lockdown's a custom job, but I can use the captain's codes to create an override framework. Didn't you find a senior officer's rig? A few more like that, and we're in business. Okay, framework's done. Find the rigs, download their codes into a bridge console, and it'll build you a master security override.
As for these rigs, I'm going to try my best, basically, to find them. I found 2 of them already. Dallas's rig would probably make 3. It would also update my security access to level 3 instead of level 2. But no guarantees that I will be able to find all of them. Without thoroughly, essentially exploring everywhere. And so, as much as I would like to do it all in one video, I probably will have to just do it on my own and cut together, you know, where I found each one, and then splice that together and just put, like, this is where all the master rig are. But I'm sure that somebody else has already done something like that, so I may not just worry about it.
2 of the mining subducts are locked down, even though all systems are running. I'm gonna figure this out.
Routing malfunction. Please stand by.
think that it's really ingenious that they basically put these traps together. Sorry for stopping your body, but I'm trying to make sure that you don't get turned into something you don't want to be turned into. But yeah, people have said good things about the contact laser. Just that the trap aspect is really fun, and that you can essentially set up as many like little contact beams as you can around the area, and that will essentially shred the necromorphs in half.
Security request retrieved.
Security, we got some freak called Harris stealing from ore storage. Dr. Mercer sent me for osmium to complete his work. Yeah, I don't care if God Almighty sent. You skim from CEC's profit margin, we get screwed. God? So you can put that osmium down, or I can break your arms first. I worked with people like you on Aegis 7. They steal my power nodes. Leave me to dig with no light.
Hey, hey! Get off me!
But when they abandon you in the dark, it's not empty. The marker whispered its revelations there. Now I understand them. Do you want to hear?
Warning. Untrained personnel may not use suit kiosk.
No, no! Stop! Please!
I said please when they shut me in. Screamed it too. I promise I won't laugh like they did.
Warning. Suit kiosk is obstructed. Serious injury may occur.
Oh, God! Help me!
Incident report filed to Bridge by Dr. Nicole Brennan. See related rig activity.
It's possible that Dr. Mercer played onto this man's paranoia and his fervency for his beliefs in the Unitologist, because he was turning him into the Hunter with the manipulation of basically saying that he's going to be greater. He's going to ascend to a higher plane. And I think that plays well into what we see of the Unitologist later. I know that I mentioned it a little bit, but we don't get really how bad the Unitologists are until the second or third game. And it's not until we get those interactions with them and the subsequent tie-in media that we understand that the Unitologists are basically throwing people at a problem, or throwing people with the hopes that someone would ascend and bring them the godhood that they all wish.
Launch tubes sealed. Please contact Supervisor Dallas for authorization.
Finally getting somewhere with the mining duct systems. Got the SOS beacon?
No,
Level
the launch
3
tubes are
security
sealed.
clearance
I
required.
need a deck administrator's rig to get them open.
The deck admin is Supervisor Dallas. He's on the processing subdeck. I've got rig activity for Jacob Temple 2, maintenance subdeck. Maybe he left the SOS beacon there. Just hope you can reach it through these malfunctions.
Not malfunctions. Traps. The miner's way of holding the line.
Shit. Okay. I'll unlock the subdecks. Just make sure that beacon's not wired to anything.
I also like to say that I like the sort of addition to Hammond and how he's doing basically, because in the games both Daniels and Hammond would just disappear. We wouldn't know where they went. They just disappeared. And then they would pop back up and they would do their, speech and everything, and we'd basically just be like, well, what are their motivations? Hammond, it was like the marker in unitology, and for Daniels, it was something else, And so I like that they're adding more depth to it, because both Daniels and Hammond are not outright cold or hostile to you. They're just trying to figure out what's going on. And as we go through each of these areas, they start to, at this point, see where everything went wrong for, like, just the people in general, and are trying to make sense of it, because it doesn't make sense from an outsider's perspective. How did all of these people die? Why are all of these monsters here? And so they're starting to see and understand, based on their belief system, Hammond with his unitologist belief, and Daniels with her beliefs and how she feels that unitology is all BS, which, it is.
Hey, Liz, it's Jacob. I couldn't reach you. If you find this, I'm off deck, but I'll be right back. I got a call from another survivor. He sounded terrified. I'm gonna lock up the SOS beacon and go get him. Best launch window's not for a while. Anyway, and he sounds like he's worth the risk. He's a doctor. Mercer, I think. About time. Let a fucking break. I love you. Please, be careful.
Security request retrieved.
Dallas here. Security to the mining deck now. Dr. Kimes lost it. Get back! I know how to use it. He'll live for the rest of his life if you keep me close to the cargo bay. This is processing. Why the hell would we have codes for cargo? I must get to the marker. We're running out of time. Give me those codes. Christ, is this what you did to the captain? No, Ben was an accident. Don't you dare compare me to someone like Mercer. I'm trying to save you. The Mercer's our only hope. No, let him go. He's armed. Where the fuck is security?
Now that we're on the mining deck, we should be able to find Dr. Kine's hidey hole, his little hideout down here. It's interesting now that we're fighting these type of necromorphs because you can tell where each necromorph may have came from. Definitely if they're wearing engineer suits like Isaac, that they came from the mining deck. That's where they returned, and that's where they came from, because now it's going to be tougher for me to cut off their legs because the mining suit is supposed to protect them from that type of damage. Slashing damage, fall damage, fire damage, things like that. It's supposed to protect them. But of course, because of the necromorph transformation, it's going to be harder for the suit to stay on their body. And so something like fire damage, like what I just did, should technically take them out, but it's probably going to take like a very large amount of damage in order for me to take them out.
Zero gravity.
The administrator's rig should be in the processing control room, but someone tripped the failsafe. The control room door can't open till gravity is restored, but the system won't reset the gravity while there's loose debris.
Is the processing beam still running? Stand by.
gravity can now be restored. Exiting zero gravity. Entering zero gravity. Gravity restored. Processing control room is now accessible.
I think I'm doing well managing the different types of enemies in these games. Each one of them has their own little trick to go with them. Like, these guys, like I said in the last video, they're relatively weak. It's their arm, which is the real problem. Because with the arm, you have to watch out for them getting close to you and then slamming it on the ground, which would take out at least 2 nodes of your health. And so if you decided that you didn't want to upgrade the health on your suit, or if you were going to just use all of the power nodes, that would go towards upgrading other different weapons, what can end up happening is that it would take out 1/4 or 2, or basically 1/4 to 1/2 of your health automatically, just from them slamming it on the ground next to you or actually hitting you with their arm and explosion.
Supervisor Dallas, final log. I've made sure they can't leave this subdeck, but neither can I.
Clearance
See
confirmed.
what they do to the body, what they become. And I cannot let that happen to me. At least if I don't have any limbs, I can't kill anyone when I'm infected.
Clearance confirmed.
Please tell Dawn and the kids that I love them.
administrator's rig changed location. You got it?
I got it. I'll check the maintenance subject.
I'm guessing this area with this doorway is supposed to spook you because something's basically caused that power to unload. But Daniels does tell you that the power here is basically unstable. Everything's going haywire, but there has to be a reason for why it's doing so. So I think it's just, in general, everything that's been going on with the necromorph attack, and then the planet cracking, and the asteroids, and just the ship in general is going down. So I think that's probably just why everything is like falling apart, and that door essentially slammed shut right after I walked through. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, I just want to say thank you so much for watching and joining us on this. I really enjoy playing these games, so just if there's anything that you would like to see us play or like to hit us up about, just let us know. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye!